is Ralph Turner. We are at Laughingstock Farm in Freeport. It's April 27th. This is a really late year. Normally around April 10th to 14th is when we get going. And right now the conditions that you're looking at are what they are normally around the April 10th to 14th range. So the frost is obviously long since out of the ground, but we've had a fairly wet April. So what I want to show you is how the system that we've come up with to deal with extremely wet times actually works in an extremely wet time early in the season, which is what we designed it for. So what you see over here is we've got some black plastic mulch. We put the plastic mulch and the fertilizer in the fall, and we did that partly to experiment a little bit with kind of seasonal solarization. When we pulled plastic in the spring, we found that the weed control is a little bit better where the plastic was. So this year we tried to just lay plastic in the fall and see what happened. And a lot of it didn't make it through the winter with wind and freezing and thawing and all that stuff. So this plastic here, the plastic and the fertilizer, was put down in either October or November. I have to look at my notes to find out about this bed. But anyway, so the goal was so that we could come out first thing in the spring and we could get on and put stuff in the plastic before it was trafficable with the tractor, before I could form beds and rototill and do all that other stuff. So that's what we have. Now, as far as the wet is concerned, you've got a great example here of, we've got some beets to the left and we've got some lettuce to the right. And to the right of that, there are some scallions that were left over from last year that we'll sell as green scallions this spring. But you also notice in the wheel tracks, we have water in the wheel tracks. Now, as I walk down here, you'll see that I really don't sink in until I pretty much get into the water. So I'll do that. Okay, so I'm standing in the water and I'm still really not sinking in. So this is a Buxton silt loam. So one of the problems that we had in that extreme wet period in 2009 was that the Buxton silt loam, every place that we try to keep things uncompacted, every place you walked, I went in almost up to my knees. But now, we do the formed beds on a permanent system, so the bed top is always where it is, the wheel tracks are always where they are, so we have compaction in the wheel tracks, which is a good thing for us. We want that compaction because we can walk on the beds. Beyond that, I don't know if you can see this or not, but if I take some dirt from the top of the bed and I squeeze it, and then I just stick my thumb in it, you can see that it breaks apart. So that is good moisture for getting a transplant in the ground. So even though the wheel tracks are obviously oversaturated, the top of the pedestal is really just about perfect for getting the lettuce and the kale and the beets into the ground early in the season.